I built a new toontown on my Meadow floating island in Disney Dreamlight Valley, with a large tulip field in the middle. I moved all my Mickey and Friends characters and Oswald from my main valley to this floating island, and here how it's all started. Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel if you're new here, or welcome back. So I have all these houses here on the floating island that I want to use in this build. We have Mickey, Minnie, Daisy, Goofy's houses, Donald's boat, and Oswald's theater. I also changed the whale skin to this cherry blossom one. It's not necessary, I just really like this one and I wanted to have a lot of flowers in this build. And this whale will be nice centerpiece as a transition from the town side of the build to the flower field. As part of the town street, I will also be using the Toontown Fire Station and Seaside Gateway Lighthouse. These are large furniture pieces and don't have interiors to decorate. Oswald's Theater is going to be part of the boardwalk, with the Arendelle City Center pieces on each side. And at the end of the street, there is a nice center spot to add Walt Disney statue. In the center of the island, I want to make these covered walkways using this new rainbow rose glass breezeways. These walkways will lead right at the edge of the tulip field, where I also have Mickey and Minnie's houses framing the town entrance. We also just got this new sycamore tree for the Earth Day. You can claim it in the game with the code EarthDay2026 if you haven't yet. I added 2 sycamore trees in the middle on each side of the New Orleans gazebo, and I'm also going to add a couple around the perimeter. These trees are really nice for blocking out the large areas and have this really thick foliage cover if you don't want to see what's behind the trees. With the Toontown pathing, I went with the Main Street path, which is probably my favorite for this kind of town build. It just adds so much warmth and contrast, and the color variation in tiles makes it look more realistic. The breezeways cannot be connected when rotated at the angle, and we don't have the corner pieces for them, so I added romantic arches in between, and I think it will make these tunnels even more fun to walk through. I'm using the plaza bushes as guidelines for fences around the houses because I want to have some foliage surrounding the houses and I want to make sure I can fit some plants or trees there. I'm using the elegant white fence and it is just consumed my entire stock of the white and pink fallen pestamons, so I will be back to farming flowers again. I don't know why they keep adding this specific flower to the most commonly used crafting recipes. I'm running the fence all around the town boardwalk to have it frame the pond and to have some nice seaside views, with boats docked and water lilies with reeds growing all around the pond. Mickey and Minnie's houses will have large yards with the sidewalks. I'm using the new crystal paving stones from the Vault Rewards. It's the recolor of the Garden Path stones from the Oasis Retreat Star Path. And I honestly don't know what else to use it for other than Toontown or a Cave of Wonders maybe. These are such a ridiculously bright colors, and they are so bright that almost look like they're glowing at nighttime. And the star of the show, of course, the new Tulip Field set from the premium shop. It comes with 7 differently shaped pieces, and they have tracks on the ground that are merging together when placed close to each other. It could be a bit tedious sometimes to find the right pieces to make a certain shapes, but it is fun to design these trails of tulips to fill out the large areas. I like to make these wiggly rows of flower trails that look kind of like an uneven terrain instead of the flat surface. I will be adjusting this tulip pieces placement a lot in this build because it does take some time to figure out the shape and placement with all the other items around it. I was also trying to make these 3 paths between rows a bit wider. These paths will lead to the well and to Mickey and Minnie's houses, connecting the Toontown with the train station. I also didn't want the flower rows to look too uniform, but more dynamic rather. And with the wind animation that the tulip set has, it brings the whole scene to life. But you actually don't even need to leave paths between flowers because you can just walk straight through them. These flowers don't have collisions like the rest of the foliage does. Across the field, I want to have the train station, with the train tracks going across the edge of the island, and surrounded with tulips trails. To make the station pavilion, I used the same breezeways and the elegant gazebos that are actually can be placed very close together and with a similar color scheme looks like part of the same building kit. The train tracks are kind of leading to the side entrances of Toontown, and the tulips can actually go under the train tracks. But the trolley unfortunately can't be placed on top of the flowers. I'm pretty sure most of the items cannot go on top of these tulip flowers. And also for the train in my train station, I'm using the Oswaldian trolley, which looks really cute for this build, I think. I also had a couple smaller areas left on the sides of the island, and I decided to make a couple farming themed filler areas. On the left side will be a tiny hay maze, and on the right side is the farmer's market with the Hope's family farm stand and Stitch's truck. It will look nice when walking through the tulip field, and there is something there in the distance instead of just seeing the edge of the floating island. For Mickey and Minnie's yard, I'm doing a little fun areas. filled with some items from Mickey and Friends collection, like Mickey's magician outfit and a broom that was sent to get some water from well. And of course, now that we have Pluto, I can place his little house next to Mickey's, and Figaro's house will be on Minnie's backyard. I hope you enjoyed the rest of the speed build with filling out all the blank spots in this Toontown and adding all the fun little details. And I will see you at the end for the final walkthrough. And here it is. Welcome to Tulip Town. I've had my Mickey and Friends characters in my main valley for the longest time, and now I finally moved them all to this floating island to free up some space in the valley for some different types of builds, where I could do some fantasy themes or just various Disney and Pixar movies inspired designs. For example, I recently made a Camelot inspired build in my peaceful meadow. If you want to check it out, a link will be in the description below. I thought the Toontown area would be a good place to use these animated displays. It was a reward for Olive's grand exhibition. We only get one of each, and I don't see myself using it anywhere in the valley. So I made these little displays with all of them, kind of like a scene on a theater stage. They do look really nice though, and when you place them, they actually make the same sound as when you complete the collection in the exhibition. And of course, we have a Centennial Park fountain and the Toontown Fire Station, which are direct replicas from Disneyland, and they make a nice addition to any Toontown build. I hope you enjoyed this build and it provided some ideas or inspiration for decorating your own valley. Thank you so much for watching. I would really appreciate if you leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone!